Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick video today, doing a little Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 talk. Today I kind of want to talk a little bit about some things I was thinking about. I've seen a lot of people talking about the whole Trail of Blood being absent from the first game, and I got to thinking about some really cool shots, some good scenes that I want to see in the second game, and of course it depends on how far they go with game number 2, right? Like where it stops, because it's not going to be the whole rest of the story. But what they could use as far as like some of the big plot points that happen in the game and where they could go in the second game, I think would be really cool. So one of the first things that come to mind is of course, Rufus's coronation in Junon and all that kind of stuff, but the ship, the boat ride to Junon, or from Junon to Coral del Sol. I think that could be really cool looking, and there's a lot of elements in that, like the music and just some of the tension that builds with the characters, and of course, you know, the whole announcement that there's someone on board the ship and all that kind of stuff, and it's Sephiroth or a Sephiroth clone with part of Genova, and then of course, you scurrying around the ship. Of course, the ship could be huge. I think the ship should be huge, a huge area to explore. I think that would be really cool. And of course, running around is like the sailor in the sailor uniforms. Keep all that stuff in there. And then, I think originally that's where you get the Ifrit materia after you beat Genova there, I think is what you get. But I think that could be another really cool scene. And I think also that could be the first time you get the kind of allude to there's more going on, because things in the story are going to change, right? Right, we know that. But I think certain plot points should stay the same, and I think the whole ship ride from Junon to Costa del Sol should be the same. I think that would be a cool point to also introduce the whole theme of there's something else at play here, there's something else at work going on here in the story. But I wouldn't show like Genesis there. I would keep that as a Sephiroth Genova fight, right? I think that'd be a cool spot for that. Also, one of the cool things is right before you get into the Mithril Caves, after you pass the Midgar Zolom and that whole area and what that would be like, and I think an optional fight for the Midgar Zolom there would be cool if you're of the level to be able to do it. You know what I mean? I think that would be really fun. Also, that scene right there where one of the Midgar Zoloms has been skewered on the tree, I think that needs to be pretty horrific. That's got to be pretty like jarring, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing that. A big part of me feels like once you get to Costa del Sol and you're making your way, you know, through the mountains and to Coral and all that in that area, I think that should be some really, really good like character exploration stuff with Barret, some foreshadowing, and at that point you could start to see like Vincent Valentine kind of like watching the party, right? You don't know who it is. And the fact that they're going to play, I think they're going to play with Genesis being in the plot. Before it's revealed that it's Vincent, I think you could do something cool where you're led to believe that it's Genesis watching them. Because Genesis and Vincent Valentine have a lot of character design similarities. So if you keep them shadowy and stuff, you could play that up until you finally get to Nibelheim for the big reveal that it is in fact Vincent watching them. I think early on in game 2 we're going to get some horror elements. We're going to get like some tonal horror elements, like some mood, some atmosphere stuff. And I think that's going to be a natural way. Now Genesis isn't a horror villain, right? He's not a horror villain. But I think if you portray him the right way, he could almost represent kind of that like negative atmosphere that you would feel like horror. I feel like he could be a part of that. Atmosphere in game 2 is going to be very, very huge. It's not all horror, of course. There's some goofy comedy in Final Fantasy VII. We can't forget that. It's not dark. It's not all dark. There's some goofy comedy moments and stuff. in Final Fantasy VII, and Remake captured a lot of that in the first game. The mood of the characters. The characters help tell the story. The characters are so pivotal in how they're going to develop the tone and the mood of everything. So I think some of the different things you can play with as far as like story elements and settings and places in the first game could be massive, have a massive effect on where it goes. And what I would like to see is them develop the characters further, develop the characters more, show more of the development that we saw toward the end of the first game with all the characters. And of course, you're going to have some Red 13 stuff. Another location I want to see them go to. I want to see Cosmo Canyon. We need to see Cosmo Canyon in the second game. I think it's important. I've got another video coming up today about Bugenhagen and what I think is going to be his role in Final Fantasy VII Remake. It is going to be good. He is going to be a huge part of Final Fantasy VII Remake and helping them understand what is happening with the planet. I think Remake Bugenhagen, I'm not going to give it away. I'll cover that in the next video. But anyway, those are some of the places I want to see. Those are the places I need to see in Game 2. I would like to see them get to the Temple of the Ancients and the City of the Ancients in Game 2. Do I think they're going to? I don't. We might see it in a vision or something, but I don't think we're physically going to get there and play in those areas yet. I think that will be the third game. So I could be wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about that. This is all theory and speculation. I'm not in the boardroom. So, but that's what I think. Let me know what you all think. What are you looking forward to in Game 2? What locations are you looking forward to in Game 2? So I will leave it at that. You all have a great day. Keep rocking. More content coming today. And y'all be good to each other out there. I'll see you later.